Hello! With the newest addition of boxes to the game, people have been constructing what we've been calling Vox Boxes, so that these Vox can eat and drink in a environment that is purely nitrogen. Other crew have been constructing Vox Boxes on stations, so that the Voxes have somewhere to eat in peace. I've seen Vox Boxes constructed well, I've seen Vox Boxes constructed not so well. Even as a Greytide, you could make an effective Vox Box. I've taken the liberty of raiding the tool room, and everything in here is my spoils. The door electronics you may need to get from engineering, science, or cargo, but that shouldn't be much of an issue. So to begin, let's get some windows down and create our Vox Box. And there we go, Vox Box constructed. Just a little bit of glass and a small hallway to put our airlock in. Now we're going to put in said airlock a couple this is what the door electronics are for. You'll want to get a couple wind doors and construct them. You'll also want to double check all of your door electronics to make sure that they don't have any accesses. Some people like to use the network configurator or multi-tool to put accesses on them like that. So if I'd put that into the door, no one without armory access would have been able to open it. Screw them in. And there we go. 2 wind doors. Perfect airlock. We'll also want to take our network configurator and link the 2 doors together. You'll want this inner door, when it's open, to close the outer door. So if the outer door is open and this opens, it'll close the outer door. Same thing with the outer door. When it's open, you'll want to close the inner door. So if the inner door is open, outer door opens, inner door closes. It has the least amount of escapage without locking people in the Vox Box. Sometimes it does get a bit loud. Now for the actual atmospheric part of the Vox Box. You'll want to get your stack of steel and open up to the Utilities tab. You want to get your stack of steel, open up to the Utilities tab, and we're going to use passive vents. 2 of them. You'll want to put one inside the Vox Box and one outside the Vox Box. We'll then want to join these together and put down a gas filter. This is what's going to allow only nitrogen to be inside. I'll just place that in the airlock for convenience. And then one more passive vent will be our waste gases. So it'll pull from both inside the Vox Box and outside the Vox Box and put it through a filter, and that is going to go inside a air vent, regular air vent, and pump nitrogen into this room. And any waste gases will be pumped back into the exterior, which would be the larger, greater bar area. Now that this is all planned, construction can begin. now that we have it all constructed, it's as simple as going into the gas filter, selecting nitrogen as our gas to filter, and turning it on. Now, if I take a look in each of these pipes, we'll have regular air. It's pulling regular air from the room, shoving into this pipe. Then in these, we have the filter filtering out pure nitrogen. I'm gonna shove on my internal so I don't start gasping. And inside this air vent is pure nitrogen. So this room should be filling up with nitrogen, as you can see, and the oxygen is being slowly sucked out of the room by this passive vent right here. Since we use a passive vent, this will also filter out any other toxic gases like plasma or tritium and just vent them out into the wider bar area. The reason we are not connecting it up straight to distro is because that tends to cause problems where it'll overdraw on distro and flush everything down disposals. Either that, or toxic gases get their way into the Vox box, and then if it's connected, pulling from distro and then pushing it back into distro, toxic gases may get into distribution, which is very bad. Using purely vents instead will ensure that only nitrogen will be put into the Vox box without negatively affecting any other pipes on the station. Now our Vox friends will be able to eat and drink in peace without having to worry about going to medical immediately afterwards.